Your first two-pointer in 22 months, your second two-pointer of your career. Does that surprise you?
Yes. I would say it does. I feel like I'm definitely more of a three-point threat, especially at this level, but I'm going to have to expand and just start doing more things so that people have to guard me at all levels, so it doesn't hurt to show that.
Assist me.
I got that connection.
Taylor and Hannah, I'm hoping to hear from both of you. This is, I believe, the second game where Sydney's back, and everyone gave a pretty solid performance tonight, but it obviously must be nice, especially for Hannah. You guys are playing together again after she was sidelined with an injury. Can you both walk me through a little bit, like what she was bringing tonight and what she's brought to the team, even in her injury?
Yeah, I think Sydney always brings a level of leadership that we need out there. She's always really good. She's very talkative, and she brings lots of aggression, so it's just great to have her back out there.
Yeah, she's been such a big part of this program from the second that she stepped on campus. And so, I mean, even though she was out for a little while, she was still such an integral part of our team, and that doesn't change when she steps on the court. It's like she was never gone.
You talk about aggressiveness and assertiveness and all that. You guys get to the line 32 times tonight. It seemed like there was a lot of attack. Agree?
Yes.
Good to you.
Yeah. We were attacking, they were fouling, so we got to the line.
I doubt you care all that much about rankings, especially in November, but do you feel like maybe people are sleeping on you?
Yeah, I think a little bit. For sure, when the rankings came out, we talked about it. Lucy texted me right away, and we were like, yeah, that's not going to cut it. So I think it gave us a little fuel to our fire, and we work a lot harder.
Yeah, we're going to let them sleep on us, too. The rankings only matter at the end of the year anyway.
For both of you guys, from your perspective, what do you think is working well defensively right now?
I think that Coach Sean and Coach Reyna have impacted our defense so much this year, and we've really started to emphasize that more. We know that we have plenty of offensive threats, but in order to compete at the level we want to compete at, we're just going to have to be able to guard people, and we know we're going to outscore them. It's just a matter of how much we can hold them to. So our goals are to hold them under their average, and we want to try and get 3 stops in a row as many times as possible. So I feel like we're executing that really well, and we're bringing that intensity in practice and focusing on that there too. So it's translated over really well.
Question for either of you guys. It was close there for the first couple minutes, and then you guys finished the first quarter on a 23-2 run. What was working specifically there in that first quarter that really allowed you guys to take control of the game early?
Yeah, I think defense leads to offense, so us getting lots of stops was really crucial for that. Yeah, I think our defense was really good in that first quarter.
Hannah, your free throw stroke was obviously outstanding tonight. How do you feel about it?
I feel great. Nobody wants to miss free throws, but I've been working on it for such a long time, and now that it's finally coming together, I think it's really awesome.
I mean, despite you guys having a lot of new pieces with a lot of returning experience as well, you guys, I think, through the first 3 quarters had only 3 turnovers. I mean, how are you guys able to just turn defense into offense and control the pace, but just not really lose focus and just really kind of value every single possession?
I feel like our transition is so natural that it's easy to find each other and not make mistakes in that aspect. And our posts were making everything a catch, which also really helps. So I just feel like we really had control of the ball, and we controlled the game for the most part. So it's easy to have that confidence and take care of the ball when that's the case.
The schedule ramps up a bit now with some big games coming up, and most notably with Drake on the road on Sunday. Just kind of looking at these first 3 games as a whole, what do you feel like has gone well that needs to continue going well into Drake, and then what's maybe something that you feel like you need to work on a little bit before that game?
Yeah, I think we've been progressing really well. Each game we get better, especially at our defense. I think we've been focusing on that. So I think going into this next game, keeping on building on what we've been working on since we got here in June is really important.
Taylor, what does Sunday mean to you, and how would you describe your sister as a ball player?
She's me, but blonde. I'm so excited for Sunday. It's just gonna be so fun having my family there, and I mean, truthfully, I don't know that we've ever played against each other. I don't think we've ever played with each other, so it's just kind of going to be weird. But fun at the same time, and I'm just glad that we'll all be reunited, and I just feel like, you know, sometimes when your family's so all over the place and chaotic like that, I mean, you know, I have 2 more siblings besides her, so kind of all over the place. It's good to get together once in a while, and it's also fun for me and the rest of the attack kids because we're going to get to play against some of our old teammates. I mean, that does add a different level to the game, but that doesn't mean we're going to go out and do anything different. Our priorities and our goals are still the same.
What were your driveway one-on-one games like here?
We did put in a full court in my backyard, and we were banned from playing 2-on-2 after the summer in COVID because we had a couple too many injuries, and my brothers were outgrowing us.
Hannah, I know you had a minor injury scare on opening night, but just in general, how much better do you feel now after going through, you know, an off season with some cleanup stuff, and how much more noticeable is that so far this year?
Yeah, I feel amazing. I've been in the training room a lot, which is not great, but I feel so much better than I did. Even last year, my knee bugged me a lot, so just being able to play freely and not worry about anything with my body has been really nice.
I guess where in your game have you noticed the biggest difference on the floor? Is it offensively, defensively, just everything kind of?
Yeah, I think everything. I noticed it with every step last year, so just being able to run up and down the court without noticing is really nice.
Taylor, I'll
Last
say-
one right here.
Taylor, for you, kind of just move back to the bench and still have a profound impact on a game. You know, what were you kind of saying to yourself coming into this one?
Yeah, that's a good question. I had to change my mindset a little bit, right? And I think that I was definitely expecting this going forward, just because of how big of a role Sid has had in the past, and so that was never going to be, you know, any question that this was going to be my primary role. It's just that I started in a little different spot in the first 2 games. So I think just, you know, I'm gonna stay hot. I'm gonna stay locked in. You still never know when my time's coming, so gotta stay prepared and know that, you know, when I get those chances, I'm gonna knock them down, and I know I can do that better than anyone else.